annotating and analyzing. So by annotating a text, you know, there are some textbooks and publishers out there that teach kids how to use annotations. Some of you use annotations for your students. For me, as an adult, I annotate with icons. For my students, I taught them to annotate with icons because you can really understand what's happening in the text. So, for example, this one is called Space Junk. And this is from ReadWorks. It's just a real quick excerpt. And I want to kind of model and then have you join in on how you might annotate. And I have some student examples to share with you as well. But if I'm reading this topic, I only want me and I'm pretty sure you have a lot of students that want to be one and done when reading. And for me, it actually works when I annotate. Then I am finished reading. I read legislative action now, I read board policy now, and I still annotate with icons. So many people know that trash is a big problem on planet Earth. You know what? It's a big problem. I'm going to remember this one with a big idea. What many people don't know is that trash has become a problem in outer space too. Years of space exploration have left tons of space junk in orbit around the planet. You know what? I need to remember that it's been years of exploration, and that term space junk just kind of stands out to me. Okay? So I would be just sketching or drawing icons. If you are in the remote world, this is definitely a good way to have them annotate text online. According to BBC News, there are more than 22,000 pieces of junk in space around the Earth. You know what? That really bothers me that there's that much junk in space. And that was according to the news. And so I just want to know that it came from somebody's perspective. And it really, the whole idea just bothers me. And these are just the items that we can see from the surface of the Earth by telescopes or radars. There are also millions of smaller pieces of junk that we can't see. You know what? I'm thinking that there are so many things that go together to be termed space junk, like all the things that contribute and converge to be space junk. And I think that's it for now for me to remember this. So, and now I want you to help me finish the rest. So would you please put in the chat which icons you would use during the next part? Objects, like bits of old space rockets or satellites, move around the planet at very high speeds, so fast that even a very small piece can break important satellites or become dangerous to people, particularly astronauts. So what do we want to use there to annotate? Maybe multiples. So details. So definitely the details of the objects. And unanswered questions. Yes, I agree to that one. Definitely popping in my brain. And language of the discipline. I guess I didn't make enough copies of this one. Let's paste that. Come on, there we go. I'm going to move this down here. And okay, and we had details also. If the tiniest piece of junk crashed into a spacecraft, it could damage a vehicle. That's because the faster an object moves, the greater the impact the object collides with something. Oh my gosh, that sounds like a physics rule to me. I need to remember that. What else do we want to put here? Is there anything else that we want to annotate and remember? Contribution. Okay. This whole section really is about the contribution. It is about patterns. Okay. Now, to make things worse, when two objects in space collide, two objects break into smaller pieces. Somebody had origin here. Nancy, I would love to show you this, but I can't manipulate it in present mode. because it doesn't, so I apologize for all this stuff. I can shrink this down. But I can't click and drag when I'm in present mode. So I'm really sorry. I'll go back to present mode as soon as we're not interacting with a slide. Okay, let's see. Yeah, over time again. This happened in 2009 when a working US or United States satellite collided with a Russian satellite that was no longer functioning. The collision caused the satellites to break into more than 2,000 pieces, increasing the items of space junk. Again, over time. All right. So that is annotating with icons. And that is something that I do all the time in my work. My kids did it all the time in their lessons. Even if they had a reason, a pathway for learning, they still annotated as they went.